We have a Nintendo Switch here that is not charging, will not turn on. Pretty common problem with these, unfortunately. But yeah, this one will not do anything when you try to power it on. Try to power it on. No sign of life. It does nothing. And it looks like we're stuck at 5 volts and constant 0.11 amp draw. Either way, we're going to have to open this guy up and see what's going on in here. And I will return once we have it tore down to the board. All right, what's up, everyone? So I got the OLED Nintendo Switch board out here. Something I wanted to show you guys is what it does whenever I plug in the USB-C port to it. So if you notice, I plug it in one way, it doesn't do anything. And I flip the board over, plug it in, it does come on, but I'm only getting 5 volts and 0.1 amps essentially, and it's constant, it's not changing. It's not negotiating the right voltage or anything, so I think we got a charging IC issue here. It's pretty common on these, on several of the Switch models. And that charging IC is this chip right here. This little guy right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check a few of the output rails here and check some of the capacitors to see if they're shorted to ground on the line side. And if they are, that kind of solidifies that this chip's bad. I already have some replacements here, so I'll be replacing this chip. Put my meter in buzz real quick. And I'm going to check right across these output capacitors, and it's a ground here. Okay, that's not good. All right, so if I go to ground and I go to the output of a couple of the lines in this chip, I get 9 ohms on this one and 4 ohms on this one. So yeah, this charging IC is bad. So now what I'm going to do is replace it. And I think I have a new chip here somewhere. Yep, that one right here. Now I got to get the board holder here. All right, just like that, the old chip's off. So what I'm gonna do now, have a look. Everything looks Okay. Here. Gotta get the new chip out. Put some flux on the board. That'll just help reflow things nicely. All right, so now I just gotta reflow it back on there. I always like to kind of preheat the board up all around it, not just in one spot, because it can warp the board a little bit. So you want to kind of gradually heat the whole board up if you can, before you start focusing the heat in one area. All right, new chip is on. Clean it up a tad bit. All right, I'm gonna pull this guy out of the board holder now, and then we're gonna plug it in and see how it does. See if anything changed. All right, moment of truth. Let's see. Do we negotiate proper voltage, and does it work on both sides? Oh, 14.9 volts. Okay, that's looking good. .9 volts. All right, we're getting it on both sides, so we did something right. All right, so now we need to put it back in the case and test it. Okay, everything's just kind of being held in there with cables. See if we get a charging light. Oh, look at there. What do you know? Problem solved. All right. Looks like we're charging 14.9 volts, 0.12 amps. I think we've got this one fixed. So what I'll do is go ahead and reassemble the whole thing and do some more testing, make sure it fires up. All right, after a while of charging, it powered up. So that battery was really dead, but it finally charged up enough to come on. Looks like it's drawing 0.8 amps or so. So it's running and charging at the same time. We still got a charging light. Everything seems to be working still. Touch screen, everything works. So, yeah, this one's fixed.